Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm going to be giving you part 49 of What If Tsunade Was Naruto's mother. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also stay in tune because after this I'm going to be posting a new episode of What If Kurama Gave Naruto Dojutsu. And over on Anime King 2, I'm gonna be posting what if Naruto had the Sharingan and the Byakugan mix? And also, what if Naruto joined the Akatsuki? So stay in tune for those and enjoy. And if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice and you enjoy the videos on both channels, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and join Anime King. And join Anime King 2 as well and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you all for your support and help. And remember to go ahead and comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. So without further ado, let's get straight into this new episode. So, the last time we left off, Naruto was on the field training as Sasuke was looking for him. Naruto then felt chakra signatures near him. As the two people came out, it was Itachi and Kisame, as Naruto was trying to stall them as he activated the signal for Tsunade and the others to arrive. As Naruto tried his best, but it turned out in a fight, as Naruto faced off against Kisame first, but Kisame was too strong for him. Itachi then took the next attack, as Naruto faced off against Itachi, and Itachi was just playing with him, as Naruto now knew what Sasuke saw. As Sasuke then arrived and Itachi broke his arm and beat him down and told him that he didn't have enough hate. Itachi then placed him under the Tsukuyomi as he relived the massacre over and over again. But Naruto managed to create a distraction as the clone grabbed Sasuke and headed out of there. As Itachi then pinned down Naruto as he placed Naruto under the Tsukuyomi as well, making him see Tsunade, Shizune, everyone, as Itachi slit their throats over and over for 72 hours. As Kushina then arrived as she started to face off against both of them. But it then showed that the both of them are stronger than her as they start to beat her down, working as a duo. They then knock her beside the unconscious Naruto as they went in to finish it. So yeah guys, that was basically the last part we left off. You guys can switch across the playlist and check it out for yourself. So, let's start this new episode. Well, it was fun while it lasted, but I guess this is the end, said Kisame as he walked up to Kushina. It would seem so, said Itachi, walking up to her as well. So what should we do with her? Asked Kisame as he glanced over at Itachi. Kill her, replied Itachi without remorse. Given her ability, she may pose a threat to our plans later on. At the same time the two Akatsuki members were talking, the barely conscious Kushina drew herself over to Naruto. I can't let them take him, thought Kushina, knowing that she needed to protect her student at all costs. Once she was close enough, Kushina used the last amount of her strength to create several chakra chains that came from her back. Before Itachi or Kisame could do anything, she formed a small barrier around the both of them. Damn it, she's formed a barrier around herself and the brat, said Kisame with a frown, as he brought down Samehata on the barrier, but Samehata was blown back. Itachi looked at the barrier with his Sharingan. It is very powerful. It will not be easy to break. But before any of them could try anything else, they sensed a powerful presence above them. Looking up, they saw a shadowy figure falling towards them like a meteor. Acting fast, the both of them jumped away as something slammed into the ground, filling the entire air with dust. What the hell is it this time? Kisame asked as he and Itachi landed on a large tree at the edge of the clearing. Trouble, said Itachi. When the dust cleared, they saw a large crater in front of Kushina's barrier with someone standing in it. It was Tsunade. Lady Hokage, is that you? Asked Kushina. Yes, are you okay? Asked Tsunade. Roughed up here and there, but I'll be fine. How is Naruto? She asked. He's unconscious. Itachi used some kind of genjutsu on him. Tsunade nodded as she glared angrily at the two Akatsuki members. "You're going to regret what you did to my son," she said. At the same time, Jiraiya and Sarutobi arrived as they stood beside Tsunade. "Itachi, what are you doing here?" Sarutobi said. This could be trouble, thought Jiraiya, knowing that both Kisame and Itachi are dangerous. Well, this certainly complicates things. The third Hokage, two members of the legendary Sannin, Kisame said with a small grin. "Agree," replied Itachi as he stared calmly at them. "You two sure have a lot of guts showing your face here," said Jiraiya with a serious look. "Jiraiya," said Itachi as he turned to the famous Toad Sage, "I am assuming that you were the one that told Naruto about us and the organization." "Guilty as charged," said Jiraiya with a smirk. "Now, things have gotten interesting. I can cut loose," said Kisame as he pulled off Samehata off his shoulder and pointed it at them. But before he could do anything, Itachi spoke. "That's enough, Kisame. We're leaving. We did not come here to start a war. Any further fighting would be pointless." "But what about the kid?" asked Kisame, since the only reason why they came to Konoha was to kidnap Naruto. "We'll leave him for now," said Itachi. "Damn it, and just when I'm about to enjoy myself," said Kisame with a disappointed look on his face as he placed his sword back on his back. But before they could move, Tsunade slammed her fist into Itachi's face. But as soon as she hit him, both him and Kisame exploded into crows. "Damn it, Genjutsu," thought Tsunade. "I was careless. That Itachi brat is good. He must have caught us in a Genjutsu the moment we arrived," said Jiraiya with a frown, as he glanced around to see if he could find any sight of them. At that moment, Shizune arrived with a large group of shinobi, which included Gai, Kakashi, Asuma, Yamato, Kurenai, and two four-man team of Anvu, led by Wolf. "Hokage, Jiraiya, Tsunade, you are all unharmed. Where are the intruders?" Wolf asked. "They just left, but they couldn't have gotten that far. Go after them," Tsunade ordered. The shinobi nodded as they went off, leaving Tsunade, Jiraiya, Shizune, Yamato, and Sarutobi with the unconscious Naruto and the wounded Kushina. "They won't find them. Those two aren't your run-of-a-mill shinobi, and they won't be caught that easily," replied Jiraiya. Once they left, Kushina lowered her barrier as she passed out. Tsunade then rushed over to her son to check on his vitals, while Shizune checked on Kushina and attended to her injuries. "How's the kid?" Jiraiya asked. "He's fine," said Tsunade after examining her son. "His injuries are minor, but what worries me is the mental state." "What do you mean?" asked Yamato. "He's in a coma," answered Tsunade, "caused by mental strain from being under a powerful genjutsu." Tsunade lifted up Naruto as she silently swore that she's going to make Itachi pay because he was responsible for this. "How is Kushina?" asked Sarutobi. "Not good, I'm afraid," answered Shizune as she continued to work on Kushina. She received several injuries, the most serious in the back, and she's almost out of chakra. "I am stabilizing her now, but she needs to go to the hospital soon." And with that, they all headed off. Outside Konoha, Itachi and Kisame raced through the trees, making sure they left no sign behind for anyone to track them. Kisame then glanced over at Itachi. "Why did we have to retreat? We could have..." "No, we could have not," interrupted Itachi. "If we had taken on all three of them by ourselves, in all likelihood, we would have lost. Even if we had somehow won, it would be at a bad cost to us, and I am sure that other Konoha ninjas would arrive. Besides, Naruto's capture is not important to our plan at this moment, so we can leave him be for now. Also, I need to rest myself for a while. I used Tsukuyomi twice, and I was forced to use the Amaterasu," Itachi replied, as he looked worn out as he deactivated his Sharingan. "That took a lot more than I anticipated," he said. Later that night, Sarutobi returned home. As Naruto was still unconscious, he would wake up in a day or two. Kushina was still in the hospital, as it would take her a couple of days to fully recuperate from her injuries. He then heard a tapping on the glass. As he saw a small crow there, he cautiously walked over as he opened it. When he opened the window, the crow flew in as it landed on his shoulder. It then released a small paper in his hand as the crow then poofed away. As Sarutobi then opened the paper and read it, as his eyes went wide, as the paper read, Uchiha Madara is alive. As Sarutobi knew that this message is from Itachi, but this caused a great problem for Konoha if that man is really alive. 10 days later, Sarutobi was with Jiraiya. So, how is Naruto doing? The kid is tough, said Jiraiya, but it still isn't good for a kid his age. Should not have gone through something like that. He told us that Itachi made him watch over and over for 72 hours as he killed all of us, everyone that Naruto cared about. As Sarutobi sighed, what about Sasuke, he asks. Well, Sasuke is another matter. He is just bottling everything up. The moment Tsunade released him from the coma, he went home. Tsunade tried to make him stay for more checkup, but he said that he's okay. She even sent Shizune later in the night to visit him, but he sent her back saying that he was fine, said Jiraiya. I think you should make someone monitor Sasuke. And why is that? Sarutobi asks. Well, Orochimaru will try to use this as his advantage, seeing how much that Sasuke went through. He would take the offer to gain power if Orochimaru told him that he could give him power to defeat Itachi. You're probably right, said Sarutobi. I'll have the barrier team remain on high alert and Anvu's sweep patrol area just in case Orochimaru try to make contact with Sasuke. I'll also have Kakashi talk with him and keep an eye on him just to be safe. As Jiraiya nodded, I have something else to tell you, said Sarutobi, as he then told Jiraiya something, making Jiraiya turn white. Has the council lost their goddamn mind? Asked Jiraiya. Do they have any idea what Tsunade will do to them when she hear about this? The council were more specific, the elders. They believe that this is the best for Konoha. But why did you even agree to this? Neither the council or the elders have the power to do something like this, said Jiraiya. The elders found an old law written up by the first Hokage allowing them to do it, said Sarutobi. As Sarutobi showed Jiraiya the law, as Jiraiya read it and shook his head in disbelief. So, who's the poor sap that is going to tell her? Jiraiya asks. Because if you're looking for someone, count me out. She's more than likely to kill the messenger. As a sad look came on Sarutobi's face. Sensei, don't tell me. I'm afraid so. I will be the one. The councils are just going to use you like a human shield because the news is coming from you. You know that, said Jiraiya. You're probably right. That is why I am going to call for a general meeting of the council and have Tsunade and Naruto attend it. Later, in the council chambers, after receiving a summons from Sarutobi, Tsunade and Naruto made their way to the council chambers. On arriving, they were surprised to see Sasuke waiting at a large double door that led inside of the chambers. When they asked him what he's doing here, Sasuke told them that he received the summons from the council as well, saying that he must be here. And with that, they all went in, as all the head of Konoha clans were here, and 4 civilian council members who represent the civilian council. After them, it was the head of the Anpu division and the elder Danzo, Homura, and Koharu. And Sarutobi was sitting in the middle of the two sides. Since he is still basically Hokage, as Tsunade is still going through some things to take over his position. Tsunade also noticed Jiraiya as well, leaning up against the wall. Ah, Tsunade, Naruto and Sasuke, I am so glad that you are all doing so well, said Sarutobi, as he had a nervous look on his face. Are you cut the crap, sensei? And get to the point of this meeting, said Tsunade, who was getting annoyed. Alright, yes. You see, the council has come to an arrangement regarding Naruto and Sasuke, Sarutobi said, stuttering a bit. What sort of decision? Asked Tsunade with narrow eyes. Well, you see, the council believe that, given that Naruto and Sasuke is the last male members of their respective bloodline and the heirs, the council has decided, as Sarutobi started to stutter again. Seeing Sarutobi stuttering, Koharu decided to step in. Man can be such cowards, Koharu thought. The council has decided, given that Uchiha Sasuke and your son is the last surviving members of their clan in Konoha and the last wielders of their respective bloodline limits, they are to be put under the Clan Restoration Act. The Clan Restoration Act? Repeated Tsunade, who was confused. So was Naruto and Sasuke as well. What sort of law is that? I've never heard of that, said Naruto. Allow me to explain, said Homura as he pulled out a large scroll, as it was a laws for shinobis, clans, and civilians. As it is stated that the event of a shinobi clan is on the verge of dying out, where there is only one surviving male member, that person will be fall under the CRA, which they must be with multiple women, so they can restore their clan, their bloodline, and it will be safe. After Homura finished, Jiraiya bit down on his lips as he wanted to laugh, seeing the look on Tsunade, Sasuke, and Naruto's face, as Sasuke's eyes widened in disbelief. As Tsunade and Naruto screamed out, "What? Are you telling me that you want my son to marry multiple women so he can produce Mokiton users?" Tsunade asked as she was pissed. "Well, to put it bluntly, yes," said Homura. "Well, screw all of you," said Tsunade as she slammed her feet into the ground, breaking the ground underneath her. "There is no way in hell that I'm going to let you turn my son into some sort of breeder. Tsunade, this is bigger than what you want. This is to help Konoha," said Koharu as she tried to get to Tsunade to see reason. "I don't care who the hell it's for. Not even the village. He's my son, and I won't allow any of you to use him in your schemes." "You tell them, Mom," Naruto yelled as he backed up his mother. "You can take that CRA thing and shove it. I want no part of it." "Kid," said Jiraiya as he stepped forward. "What the hell are you doing? Don't you realize what they're giving you? You know how many men would kill to be in your shoes? Do not throw it away." Tsunade and Naruto gave Jiraiya a look. If looks could kill, Jiraiya would have been dead by now. As Jiraiya slowly backed away, saying he was sorry over and over again, as he remembered previous flashbacks of the both of them beating him. "Tsunade, Naruto, please calm down. There is no need for violence," said Sarutobi. "Like hell there isn't. You want to turn my son into some kind of breeder?" roared Tsunade. "Don't tell me you're actually with them on this, Gigi?" Naruto asked. "I am sorry, Naruto, but this goes over my head. It is written. It is a law." "Then, as the newly appointed 5th Hokage, I will change the law," said Tsunade. "You're not Hokage yet," said Danzo, "and you will not be officially recognized until next week, after the voting. Besides," said Homura, "even the Hokage doesn't have the power to change the law. At least not without a majority vote from the council, which you would not get because the CRA is greatly needed to improve Konoha for the future." "Who the hell wrote this law?" asked Tsunade. "That will be your grandfather, the first Hokage," said Koharu. "What?" said Tsunade, but Naruto then yelled, "Oh, so that's what he meant." Turning to Naruto, Tsunade gave him a confused look, not knowing what he was talking about. "Remember that talk I told you I have with Hoshirama? He told me to have fun right before I went back." As the member of the council were confused, as they didn't know that Naruto was in limbo with his dead family members. "That bastard! I'll kill him," said Tsunade. "Tsunade, the first Kage is already dead," said a nervous civilian. "I don't care. Someone use the Edo Tensei and bring him back. I'll beat him till there's nothing left of him," said Tsunade. Well, I refuse, said Naruto. Excuse me, said Homura. Yes, I refuse to go under this CRA thing. As Tsunade smiled as she was pleased with her son, until Danzo spoke. I am afraid that is impossible, Naruto. Even if you and Sasuke do not want to marry or procreate with anyone, you will have to provide specimen that will be given to worthy females so that they can bear your children. Like hell I will, said Naruto. And if it comes to it, we will leave, said Tsunade. That would be unwise, Tsunade, especially given recent events, said Danzo. As you know, your son is the first natural Mokiton user to be born since the first Hokage. And after giving his unique powers to restrain and control Biju, things will be very bad for him. Konoha is here for his protection. Tsunade growled at Danzo as he simply stared back at her, showing no emotion. Inside, he knew that he had her now. Tsunade sighed. If we do this, then I will evaluate every candidate that wished to become my son's wife, and if I do not find them acceptable, I will reject them and they will not come near my son ever again. As the council members start to talk it over, as they know it will be difficult for someone to match up to what Tsunade think is standards. That is your right, replied Danzo, but you should know, your son must be married or at least be engaged to 4 women by his 18th birthday. Given how that is the minimum, any more is up to him, because it has no limit. Also, your son must be expecting 1 child on his 20th birthday. If not, then you will have to donate specimen where the council will find the right kunoichi. Fine, said Tsunade while thinking like she's gonna make any of that happen. As Naruto now understands, his mother only do this to buy time until she became the Hokage. Do you have any objection to be put under Clan Restoration Act, Sasuke? Asked Homura. It doesn't matter to me, replied Sasuke. Very good, said Homura, as he was happy that they wouldn't have any problems with Sasuke. If that is all, we will take our leave, said Tsunade, as she and Naruto turned around. But they were stopped by Koharu, who called out to them. Stop, there is still something that you and your son need to know. What? Said Tsunade. During our negotiation with the Sand, its council made a rather unusual request to rebuild their allies with us. What sort of request? Asked Tsunade. They offer a marriage between us and them. They did what? Said Tsunade. Yes, and they selected your son to be the one. And we have accepted, said Koharu. Before Tsunade could explode, Homura spoke. We are asking you to accept this. As Naruto then spoke, you just forced me to accept a law to become a human breeder. Then, you're going to ask me to accept a marriage proposal to the Sand to a girl that I don't even know? To put it bluntly, yes, replied Danzo. And why exactly should I even agree to this? Asked Naruto while his mother glared dangerously at them. For peace, said Sarutobi. What do you mean? Asked Tsunade as she looked at Sarutobi. This marriage is the cornerstone to the new treaty, and this will definitely bring peace to us and them. It is also possible that the Sand may take offense to us rejecting their marriage proposal and reunite a war. Why the hell do we even need the Sand? I thought we were planning an alliance with Kiri, said Tsunade. That will take even longer. We just start to discuss terms for a new treaty, said Sarutobi. And also, any children they might have will be a symbol of the peace between us and the Sand, said Danzo. How do we know that this isn't some sort of scheme made up by the Sand to steal Naruto's Mokiton bloodline? Asked Tsunade. That was a possibility, but they stated that the Sand candidate will be living here and become a part of Konoha. This leads us to believe that the Sand offer is genuine. as they want peace. When he finished, Tsunade and Naruto couldn't feel a slight betrayal from Sarutobi as he was supporting this. But Naruto said Sarutobi, if you and the girl from the sand don't come to an arrangement by you're at the age to get married and the both of you are still against it or either one of you are against it, it will be called off and the treaty between us and the sand will still remain, said Sarutobi. After hearing this, both Tsunade and Naruto calmed down a little bit. Why me? Why not Sasuke? Naruto asked, as Sasuke was just quiet, as he didn't even react to Naruto calling his name. The Sand Council specifically asked for you, since you made an impression on them defeating Gaara. So Naruto, will you consent and agree to the marriage? Asked Sarutobi. He will do no such thing, said Tsunade as she stomped her right feet on the ground, cracking it as the building shook. As Tsunade started to curse to the council, as Naruto then started to remember what Hoshirama said to him, that he must do things that even if he don't want to do it, he must do what is best for Konoha. Naruto then spoke. I'll do it, he said. What? Yelled Tsunade as she looked at her son. I'll do it, Naruto repeat. You made a wise choice, Naruto. On behalf of the council, but Naruto cut Danzo off. I am not doing it for you or the council, said Naruto. I am doing this to stop another war from breaking out. If I can help in any way to stop the violence, then I will do my best. And if that is all, I would like to excuse myself, said Naruto. Naruto, you don't have to do this. We can find another way, Tsunade said. It's fine, Mom. Like Sarutobi said, I will end this once I am of age and this will stop a war. As Tsunade looked at Naruto as she remembered what the Yamanaka said to her, as she used the head of the Yamanaka clan to seal off all the memories of the Tsukuyomi. But he told her that there is a strong possibility that it might show him flashback from his psyche, as the brain was a strange thing. And now he will have to be put through all of this politics crap. As Inoichi was right, it was already bringing stress to him, as Naruto had woke up in the past days screaming Itachi's name, saying to leave his family alone. He also had a change in his personality, saying that if he was stronger, he could have prevented Kushina from getting hurt. Even though it was small, she could see a change in his personality. The cheerful smile, it was still there at times, but sometimes she worried for him. By the way, said Naruto, breaking Tsunade out of her thoughts. Who is this girl from the sand? He asked. Well, you already know her, said Sarutobi. You fight her in the finals. The elder sister of Gaara, Temari. Fangirl? Naruto shouted in surprise. Yes, that would be her, said Sarutobi. The Sand Council think that she would be a good match for you. After a few more minutes, they were allowed to leave, as the door was opening up slowly, but Tsunade slammed her fist into it, breaking down the double doors, as she and Naruto left. A few days later in the Sand Village, I am to be what? An angry Temari shouted, as the yell was so loud it was heard halfway across the Sand Village, as Temari, Ibiki, Gaara, and Kankuro and a few others were there. Gaara was sitting calmly reading his book, as Kankuro noticed that Gaara has changed a lot since they were captured. He no longer seemed willing to kill. He was more calm and he was always reading that book. So I get no say in this. Why the hell are they sending me anyway? Asked Temari. Because you're the eldest child of the Kazekage, so it is fitting that you're sent a message that we want peace and no hostility with Konoha to rebuild a strong alliance. After hearing that, Temari tightened her fist as she couldn't believe that this was happening to her. I hate this, she whispered. Baki sighed as he walked over to her and gently placed a hand on her shoulder. I know, but this is your mission to do this. This is the greatest mission you will ever take for this mission, Temari. As you know, the life of a shinobi is for their council and their village. As Temari growled, it didn't matter what they say, she still hated it. As Baki then told her that either of them could back out when the right age came if they didn't like the proposal or each other. As she was happy to hear that, so when the time comes, she would just turn it down. But she still doesn't know who she was going to be engaged to, as Baki told her that he didn't know also, but she figured that it must be someone from a powerful clan. As Temari was deep in thought, she felt a hand on her shoulder as she turned around to see Gaara. "If he hurts you, I'll kill him," said Gaara. As Temari was surprised, Gaara killed for only himself, never other people, so she was shocked to say, "Thank you," she said. "Well, you're our big sister, so what do you expect?" said Kankuro, smiling as well. "If he hurts you, I'll make sure to put him down." The rest of the council then came into the room. "Good evening, Temari," said one of them, as Lady Chio and all of them were there. "I would like to skip all of the formalities. Who exactly is this person?" she asked. "The person we have chose is Senju Naruto, the son of the soon-to-be fifth Hokage, Senju Tsunade." As Temari froze. Out of everyone, it had to be him. She would have even preferred the Hyuga or that lazy Nara boy. But him, as she tightened her fist, as she really hated Naruto. As Kankuro had to fight hard not to laugh because he knew how much his sister hated Naruto, while Gaara was surprised. As Lady Chio then told them that Naruto is also under the CRA. "So, I'm going to be a part of his harem or something?" asked Temari. "To put it bluntly, yes," said Chio. "Lucky bastard." Kankuro thought hearing that Naruto is under a CRA. That means he can be with any girl in Konoha that he wants. "Although what we heard," said Lady Chio, "the boy and his mother is against the idea and tried to refuse it, but they were eventually forced to accept it." As Lady Chio then told Temari everything that happened, as Temari's anger cooled down a bit, but she still didn't like it. Once the council members finished, they bid good day to Temari and left the chambers. As Kankuro turned to Gaara, "Gaara, what do you think?" he asked. "I approve," said Gaara. "What?" said Temari. "He's a good choice," Gaara said. "But after what he did?" As Temari didn't get this any bit, because out of all of them, Gaara should hate him the most. "Gaara, I don't get it. I remember you say that you would kill the guy the next time you saw him," said Kankuro. "Me and Naruto are friends," said Gaara, shocking everyone. "We talked while I was in the cell about a lot of things our past, and he showed me he is the reason why I am now depending on my family, and I want you to depend on me as well. He opened my eye and make me see how foolish I was being by myself all this time when I had family like you guys." As Temari's eyes went wide. "Maybe you aren't as bad as I thought, Naruto," she said to herself. But guys, I'm going to be ending this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. Remember to share to all of your friends on your social media platform. But for now, I'm out of here, guys. Peace.